Hey guys, before I start off this video, even though you already saw the intro, I'm gonna start off in a different position than I ended off last time. This is before I edit the video, by the way. The reason for that is that I was trying to find a specific Pokemon to catch, and I needed to walk around a bit to find him, so nothing else really happened in between then, so no glitched recordings. Because I know at least some people are gonna complain about me starting off in a different position than I did last time. So anyway, go with it, future me! Hello everyone and welcome to episode 5 of Pokemon Crystal and suddenly Sandshrew. Now, I'm fighting Sandshrew for one specific reason, that's to catch it because I actually want this thing for my team. As for why, well, to be honest, I never actually really used Sandshrew or its evolution, so I'm giving it a chance here and I think it might pay off. Now, actually, Slave, I only have my party to learn HMs like I mentioned last part, but he won't be seeing much use after I get Fly later on in the game. Anyway, Sandshrew, when you fight him in battle, he's usually only going to be really using Defense Curl, which is a move that a lot of rock or ground types have that raises their defense. And if you're fighting something like I am, it normally will sometimes smack itself out on defense. The Geodude in Brock's gym and Fire Red used to do that to me all the time. Now, actually, I'm using a Great Ball here. The Pokeballs aren't the only kind of, well, Pokeballs in the entire Pokemon series. There's Pokeballs, Great Balls, which have 1.25 chance of catching a Pokemon, or 1.25%. They have one quarter times the chance of catching a Pokemon than a Pokeball does. Then an Ultra Ball, which has 1.5 times the catch rate of the chances than a normal one. There's a Premier Ball, which is just a classied up Pokeball, and then in this game there's special balls that do their purposes. I'll let you guys look those up, other than stuff like that. I did not mean to check its stats, dang it. Go back up. There we go. I'm actually having to record this episode in quite the awkward way because normally I have my headset completely on, at least on one ear. But for some reason my headphone jack itself isn't working with my computer right now, so I actually have to listen to the audio from the computer. And I still haven't plugged into because I don't want you guys to hear an echo of the audio of that game audio. That can get annoying. It happened to me at one recording Metroid Fusion quite a bit. I don't blame him for being upset at that, really. Yeah, from now on I'm cutting pretty much almost every battle out. It got annoying editing, and I'm not doing that for something that's going to be around 40 parts, so... Call me lazy, call me whatever you want, but I'm not being lazy, I'm just being conservative. I will say, though, in this part we're going to be introduced to quite some new stuff, actually, including a new little gimmick that's in this game only. Now, Awakenings, those do what you think they would. They awaken your Pokemon from the sleep status ailments, and think about it, I have not gone over the status ailments at all. I might as well do that now. Poison takes your character's HP every turn, and there's a second type where it's toxic, like badly poisoned. I don't really know that. I don't know the difference. I think it's like damage output or something. Paralysis immediately makes your speed almost 0, and gives you the chance of not taking that turn. Burn damages you every turn and halves your attack. Freeze pretty much is paralysis, except it goes until it thaws out. Sleep is pretty much freeze, only a lot more common. And now this is a nice little thing that Mom will do every now and then for you. Shall I use your own money to buy you an item? And I think my controller died there for a moment. Now this guy in particular I fought because he's another guy that you can get stuff from. Because there are guys you can actually get stuff from when you call them, or whatever. I think that one calls you when a certain Pokemon is around, I don't really know. There's only one guy I really care about, and that's getting the Water Stone from him, and who is this upstanding gentleman? Yes, yes you are, you're protecting people from falling in. Too bad about little Timmy, though. Yeah. Now, there's actually nothing really special about this Pokemon Center, I just didn't feel like cutting this part out. And actually, what that guy told us is kind of helpful, because in this generation, the boxes can only hold 20 Pokemon per, and there's no convenient switching system. Well, there is, but it's not as convenient. And this is Kurt. He's actually somewhat story related for this part, but Kurt himself has a nice little service you can do. I think it's the apricorns that you can find throughout the Johto region. You can bring them here, or at least this is what I remember from the remake, because I haven't played the original in quite some time actually. And he'll make special Pokeballs out of them. As for what the Pokeballs do, I don't really remember them all. I only really remember one, and that's the Lure Ball. No, there's two I remember. There's the Heavy Ball, which has a better catch-up rate than, depending on the weight the Pokemon you're trying to catch, and the Lure Ball, which works better on Pokemon you're trying to catch by fishing. And apparently he somehow landed on his back in here. Anyway, up when coming, we're having a new kind of guy, but I'm gonna be quiet so you can hear the music throughout the battle. And yes, it's Team Rocket. They're rules for 2 games. Prepare for trouble, make a double, blah 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 blah. Enjoy the theme! Fantastic theme, ain't it? Yeah, that's by far one of the most loved themes in Pokemon history, even though for some reason the encounter theme, this, that song gets a lot more love for some reason. Well, they're both equally loved, but I'm more of a fan of the battle theme. Anyway, these are Team Rocket. They're the main villains of Pokemon Gen 1 and pretty much of the first couple seasons of the cartoon. And that led to Jesse James and Butch Cassidy. And that's not two people, that's actually 4 people. Jesse and James, Butch and Cassidy are all independent people. And actually that Slowpoke there has a note from Kurt's mother. And this particular Rocket Grunt in the remake is actually his own individual character named Proton. I'm not showing the fight because he's just a coughing. Because he just uses a coughing, which is, because I'm going to be catching one of those later on, it's not worth showing. But in the remake, they have fleshed out, at least somewhat fleshed out characters that pretty much are like elites of Team Rocket, but it's kind of hard to explain. Anyway, for help for doing that, mandatory part of the storyline, we get a lure ball. I will never be using it. Unless I get unlucky with a legendary. Yep, apricorns, that's from this game too. I don't remember exactly where they are in this version, I just know they're a lot more common in the remake. Yeah, I'm going to be cutting out a majority of Pokemon and Pokemon trips. Actually, I'm going to be showing this place off really quick because he's actually kind of important for what's going to happen fairly soon. This guy's apprentice is nowhere to be seen, but we'll be doing that fairly soon. Actually, the Ilex Forest is where a certain Pokemon movie takes place. I think it's Pokemon Forever. Yeah, it is. Pokemon, wait, no, is it? Yeah, it's Pokemon Forever. I haven't seen that movie since I was young, really young, but still. Anyway, now we're in the Azalea Gym, which is bug-themed. Pretty much, if you chose pretty much any of the Pokemon but really Chikorita, you should have no problem with this place. You know, I actually did a bit different fighting styles with these guys. I actually threw out my other Pokemon so I can get them some levels, because the Sandshrew I got, or Cam, was only level 6 at the start of this. He's level 10 now. My Pokemon don't usually level up this much. I'm much more used to the way my Pokemon level up late game, considering I play a lot more late game stuff. Anyway, if you like this video, rate, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. See you then!